Hi everyone, my name is Kamagala Maponya, Kamtsatsa Boza Boza, and thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is Aspiring, the show where we inspire so that you aspire to be the best version of yourself. Today, we are starting a whole new series called Your Journey Through Articles, and we're going to highlight all the journeys that you can go throughout your articles journey. This is just to show that you don't have one path that you can follow. You can set out your own destiny in your journey to becoming a chartered accountant. So, in today's episode, we are highlighting what your journey through academic articles looks like. Maybe you are considering becoming an academic trainee, and today's podcast is going to tell you all about it. I brought 3 academic trainees with me from the best university in Africa, and as you can see, we are all repping our PGDA hoodies because we're all on the other side. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, and we're going to start with the man closest to me, Sfundo.
Hello, Kamo.
Hi.
My name is Sfundo. The Banakwan Academic Trainee. Yeah, basically in the math office with the quills. Yeah, that's basically it.
That's you.
Yes.
Over to you.
Hi, I'm Sipho, the GAR2 Academic Trainee. I enjoy ethics. I enjoy ethics and auditing, so I am the GAR2 AT. Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay, and hi guys, my name is Axola, and I am the BAG AT. Basically stands for business analysis and governance within the math department as well. And yeah, I chose it because who doesn't like math? Like who doesn't? We're not sure about the God person, but yeah.
Before we get any deeper into what being an academic trainee is all about, right? I want to have some icebreaker questions. It's football season. It's the World Cup.
Is it going to be simple?
It's going to be simple.
Okay.
Don't worry. Since South Africa is out, which team are you guys supporting now?
Honestly, I had my eyes on Morocco.
Oh.
But I suppose I'm going to have to pivot to France.
Okay.
The only other African team left.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
De facto African, yes. I'm going to have to pivot
What
to
about
France.
you?
I share the same sentiments. I think France.
France is
all the
gonna-
way.
Okay.
I'm a big Ronaldo fan, so I was very sad when he kind of went out, last World Cup. But now I'm on Ronaldo Jr. Mbappe, so France I go.
Ronaldo Jr.
France I go.
I mean, it's accurate though.
I thought you were going to say maybe Spain because Yamal, he's coming through.
I mean, they took out my team, so why would I,
Why would you say, I get that.
Yeah, so, yeah, France.
Another controversial take you already started. You said Ronaldo's your favorite. Who's the GOAT of football?
Ronaldo. I love Messi, don't get me wrong, but I do believe Ronaldo, yeah.
Ronaldo's
yeah.
your GOAT. Okay, how about you guys?
Yo, such
I'm
a
just
hard
going to
question.
exercise my right to remain silent.
You don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the
silent.
debate.
My Fifth Amendment rights.
For the purposes of answering the question, I think it's such a hard question to answer. But between Ronaldo and Messi, I think Ronaldo scores better goals, but Messi is a better player.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that makes
100%,
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
you
if that
like
answers the
different
question.
aspects of the
Yeah.
same.
So it depends on what you're looking
Yeah.
for in your
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, almost like one has talent and one is a hard worker, and you
Yeah.
can see, the difference in that. So yeah,
But I feel like a lot of people discount how hard Messi works. Like a lot of people say the whole Messi's a
Yeah.
talented player and Ronaldo's a player who works hard. But Messi still needs to work hard, guys.
yeah,
Yeah, but then he puts in less effort, yeah? Because he is already talented and everything.
yeah.
Maybe I disagree. But my GOAT, I will also exercise my Fifth Amendment rights. But he happens to play in the US now, so...
Oh, I see.
Okay, I feel like I know who it is.
Interesting stuff.
cool.
I
So-
suppose he's still in the World Cup, yeah?
He maybe is
For
in the
now.
World Cup.
For now.
For now,
For
now,
now.
yes.
So you guys
I
think
said what I said.
we'll see who wins the World Cup. Alrighty, so we just had a little bit of an icebreaker, but we want to get to know you guys for who you are. I'm gonna start at the end. Axola, who is Axola? Where is he from? And how did he end up at UCT?
Very nice question, Gabo. Axola is a person from Durban. I mean, I like to say I'm from Durban. I'm not originally from Durban. I'm from the Eastern Cape, young spirited. And the reason I decided to come to UCT is because it's the furthest thing away from home. So I don't need like unexpected visits from my parents. But like, oh yeah, Axola, we're right here around the corner. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to Cape Town. Also, who doesn't want to be in Cape Town? You know, like the vibe, the air, you know? So yeah, that's basically Axola.
Okay, cool. And Sipho?
I'm Sipho. Since we're going back to like our roots, I was born in Midrand.
So you're a Joburg boy.
I do not identify as a Joburg boy. I was born in Midrand, and then we moved to KZN when I was 8. And then since I lived in KZN for a few years, it only made sense to move to Cape Town. And also UCT, or leading to UCT. UCT was the best university on the continent. So I was like,
Why was?
is.
Correcting that statement. Still the best. And you, Sfundo?
Yeah, it's kind of the same story as the Jins. I'm from KZN, born and bred in KZN.
What is with the KZN? Well, I need to go to the accounting department. Did you specifically hire KZN born people?
Yeah, I've been in KZN until matric, and then I came to UCT because it's the best. It is. Yeah.
There's no disputing that. But if we were to go back, right, a lot of people have multiple career choices. You know, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, maybe I want to be a football player. But then you guys decided, I am going to become a chartered accountant. Where, when, how, why decide this journey?
Okay, I'll go first. At first, I didn't know what chartered accountant means or meant back then. I just knew that I was good in accounting. In fact, my accounting teacher was my role model. He said, "You're good in accounting. You should just do accounting." And the way he, what do you call it?
Encouraged?
Yeah, the way he pitched the accounting degree to me, I was like, you know what? That's definitely something I want to do.
Okay.
And then I found myself in commerce, and now I'm here.
And you?
For me, it's a bit different. I actually wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon.
Oh, okay, Dokotela.
Because I like fractured a leg in grade 8, and then I like the ortho was the coolest person in the world. So I was like, I wanted to be him. But then lockdown came. I was like, being a doctor is not really, not really for me. And then on top of that, like in grade 10, I started enjoying accounting a lot more. And when I started enjoying it a lot more, I got very good at it to the point where I didn't mind sitting down and doing like a trial balance like back in the day.
Yes.
So then as I enjoyed accounting a lot more, I got better at it, and my teacher encouraged me to do accounting. My parents also encouraged me to do accounting, and I was like, you know what, this is the path I'm going to follow.
This is the path to follow. And you, Axola?
I've had quite a whole different career changes. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. So I see where you came from. But I think basically when I chose my subjects, especially in grade 9, I was like, I don't like EMS. I never liked EMS. I was always doing bad in it. But accounting side of EMS was my best. So therefore, even as choosing subjects, like, I'm going to choose accounting because I want to be an accountant. So even when it came to now choosing universities and degrees, it's like, it's something I always wanted to be. So therefore, choosing accounting just kind of felt right for me, because I was like, it's always where I fitted in more than any other subject. So yeah.
So we all, I feel like high school kind of shaped the decision to become accountants, because a lot of the times it's our teachers who like, hey, I think you should go be a CA, or you seem to be good at this, or the parents pushing you to do it, right? Like encouraging, not pushing you in a negative way, but encouraging this journey. When you started out, what did you think accounting was? What was accounting to you then versus what is accounting to you now? Let's start with you, Sipho, because you had a biggest reaction to it.
In the beginning, I genuinely thought accounting was just numbers. Like, it was just numbers, it was cash flows, financial statements, and that was it. And then all of a sudden, we got these very thick textbooks. and like, there were more words than numbers.
Exactly.
So like, how it's transitioned over the years is it went from just being numbers to like the whole background to why the numbers are. So like, that's kind of my understanding how my understanding of accounting has developed over the years.
Okay. How about you, Axola?
I share the same sentiments. Always thought it was numbers, CPJ, CRJ, and then you
Yes.
get to university and it's like, there's none of that. Like, the likelihood of using a CPJ or CRJ are very slim,
In high school.
Yeah. And they keep on telling you, no, that was bookkeeping. Now you're doing the real accounting, and those textbooks. And it's just like, seeing the amount of work that goes into what is produced by companies, the thought process, the judgment, I think that's when I started seeing, okay, this is what actually accounting is, and not just the numbers, more in terms of like, why am I doing this? What is the thought process of this? Why am I making certain decisions? Why am I including these items in my books? And I think that has been important. And like that shift was kind of very big because you see the difference between high school and actual accounting. Yeah.
Wow. You, Sfundo?
Same thing they said. I genuinely thought it was just you recording CPJs and CRJs and just numbers and whatnot, income statements, your balance sheet, and then it's just silence after that. But then you learn everything. It is not just numbers. There's theory behind everything. You have to apply judgment and everything. It's just, there's a whole lot. There's a bunch of other stuff that's out there more than just numbers and whatever.
So university kind of opens your eyes up
Definitely.
to what actually, like the decision you made in matric to study accounting, what are you actually going into, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about university. We oftentimes glamorize university, but what are the realities that you have experienced throughout the accounting journey? Undergrad, postgrad, even your guys' second postgrads now. How has university changed and shifted for you? Even just maybe speaking about your journey through it, like academically as well.
When I first arrived here, I thought I was very, very smart. Yes. I genuinely thought I was the genius, and then you find out, yeah. But it's been very interesting, eh? You learn that there's different ways of studying out there. You learn the type of person you are, how you study, and how that translates to everything that you do. Because I had a different method of studying in first year. It worked to some extent, and then I changed it in second year and third year. I think now I finally found the proper way that that resonates with me. That when I sit down, I'm like, this is how I study, and this is how I get to the answer, which is very different from what I started with in first year. Like, it's very, very different. I think I've matured quite a bit. Yes. And you just learn to understand, and you appreciate that you can actually lose. You can put in as much effort as you want, but you can still fail at the end of the day. It's a matter of just shifting your mindset and then just trying something new.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Failure for the first time in university.
Yeah, it hits.
Hey,
But then you have to you just have to recover and move on.
Exactly. Like you bounce back
You definitely
very
do.
fast. How about you guys?
So from first year, unlike Sfundo, I didn't think I was a genius. I had like a whole lot of imposter syndrome from the beginning. I was like, yo, everyone around me is so smart, When you used to meet some random person, like, oh yeah, top 10 in my province, and I was like, oh wow, okay, it was never me, right? But I learned that I'm here for a reason, and I got in for a reason, and then it was a thing of I can prove myself, and then once I was able to prove that to myself, it started reflecting in my marks, and then I started performing better, and then like my journey throughout varsity, like Sfundo said, you develop different ways of studying, you find different ways of studying, and you find what works for you. One thing that does work for me, I don't know, many people don't like Excel, but like I've been tracking my studying through Excel since first year.
Actually,
right? And
we'll come back to that.
it works. So a big part of varsity for me was Excel in itself. So I enjoyed Excel. I made some very good friends along the way. I used to be a very introverted person, and then one of my friends dragged me out of my shell. So you meet new people, you develop, you experience new things, and like the university journey, you grow as you, like, there's a famous saying, it was like lift as you rise. And I had friends that would lift me, and we'd all rise together.
Oh, that's so beautiful. We're going to come back to tracking your marks, but Axola, we want to hear from you. How was university?
I think for me, first year, I was just happy to be here. Like, I was happy to be on the other
Before we
side.
continue, Axola was very young when he started first.
Yeah.
He was a baby.
He's still young.
He's
yeah.
still very young.
He's still young.
He
We can be
was-
shy.
Yeah.
So I was just happy to be here, all alone. Not all alone, but independent, just learning that independency. I think for me, what hit was second year. Because then that time, I had two options, either carrying on, starting medicine or carrying on in accounting. And I think in that moment when I chose accounting, I was like, okay, this is it, I liked accounting from first year. Then when the roller coaster and the hardship of accounting in second year kind of made me feel like, did I actually make the right decisions? I started to doubt myself whether I was good enough within the degree itself, and whether was this actually for me, And I think that was a really important phase, because it kind of made me really think in terms of, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I having this thought, I think also it allowed me to go back to the drawing board in terms of, why did I choose accounting in the first place?
Yeah.
Why did I want to be an accountant? And I think seeing that vision in terms of like, this is what I envision of myself, being an accountant, this is the goals that I had for myself being an accountant, it started shaping the way I think in terms of accounting, and started allowing me to put more work into the journey itself, and seeing the accumulation of my efforts actually producing, the results maybe I wanted. But I think that time really had a rough patch on me, where I was like, do I really want to do this? I'm doing bad. Do I still want to? Is it really like, is the choice that I actually made actually the correct choice? And I think really going back in terms of, okay, why did I make this choice? And therefore now seeing, okay, I made this choice because of this, and now I'm want to leave that, I want to showcase that, and I'm gonna do this in order to showcase that.
Oh, that's beautiful, because I think a lot of people don't even mention the struggle of like thinking, is this degree really worth it for me? Right? Because let's be real, second year is really a testing period.
It is.
7 courses, first semester, you're on campus 8 to 5, you don't have time for yourself, and you're just like, for 4 letters at the end of my name, is it really worth
Is it still worth it?
Is it really worth it? And it's those trying times that where you have to sit with yourself and think, what is the purpose of this degree? Why have I chosen it? Why is this journey for me? If it's not, then pivot, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's where you maybe had to persist, and you had to be perseverant and say, okay, I'm just going to stick this through.
Yeah.
Like right now it's tough, but at the end of the day, I will make it through. And yeah, I agree. Second year is tough, guys.
Yeah.
Second year was really tough. And you spoke about tracking your studies. How did you even get into that? Because all of us, maybe not say all of us, a lot of us, we get our marks. Okay, we failed or we passed. Cool. We move on.
Put it in the bag.
But then you decide, I'm going to track my studies from day one. Who told you about that?
So in first year, I attended, there was an event at EY,
Okay.
and they had one of the trainee accountants, someone who is, like, back then he was in the position that I'm in,
You're
but he
in
was in
now.
audit.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is how he got through GDA. And he used Excel to track what he needed to do, how long he spent studying, to do his timetables, etc., etc. And then I was like, oh, I'm not in GDA, but I'm in first year. So if I can start now, then I can build that consistency throughout. And like over the years, I still have like each of every single document, because I named the document CASA and then the year.
Oh.
So it's like I have like a folder on my laptop, and it's CASA 2022, 23, 24, 25.
Wow.
And I have one for this year. And what it does is, like, each document is different, right? Each document is different. You'll notice how my studying has changed throughout the years. But at the end of the day, the important thing was tracking my marks. Like, when I say tracking my marks, I include like OTs.
Oh, wow.
Every single
Oh.
OT.
How do you track
the test.
the
test, that's
I
it,
know
yeah.
the
So you
OTs.
do that for every course?
Every course, every OT since first year.
Wow.
And the reason for that is I used to believe that at any point I should know how I am performing academically overall. Right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to pass the next test. I'm trying to pass the whole course.
Yeah.
Right. So I used Excel, tracked everything. And it also kept me diligent. Like, I used to track the number of hours I used to study in first year. And if it was below a certain number of hours, then it would be like a red over the whole sheet.
Oh.
Right. And I never used to like seeing the red. So then I used to make sure that it's green, but then I used to make sure that I'm efficient in the studying as well. So like all my goals would be there, all the courses would be there. It's like everything. It's a nice way to make sure that I am studying and I am
disciplined.
I think we need a
good
template.
academic performance.
I think so. Yeah.
Send it through. We can send it to the first years maybe and inspire them.
Yeah, I sent it to I've got 2 mentees, and I sent it to both of them. They both had a period where they laughed at my marks, and I was like, don't worry, you can laugh all you want. It works in the end. So I don't mind sharing the template.
Cool.
I love
That's
it.
nice.
Wow, that's
That is-
there's tracking and then there's Sipho
Like,
tracking. Even OTs and tracking your time, because I also had similar advice from one of the ATs many moons ago, and they said track your marks, just see, like, maybe create a graph to show, are you going up, where are you dipping, and maybe look at the topics where you dipped, and then it's like, okay, these are the problem areas. Test 3 was the problem. What are the topics tested in test 3? And that helps you track, like you said, and you know where the problems are. And I was like, the accountant in you is showing, because that's your debits and credits. You have your financial statement at every point in time. I love that.
As at a point in
As
time.
at the point in time that SOFP is showing. Okay, so did you guys ever think that, you know what, I'm studying accounting, I'm going to become an AT one day? Or was it a matter of, over time, you saw this career and you thought, maybe why not? How did wanting to become an AT start?
It was definitely an interest that grew over time, because I only found out there's something called an AT I think I was in my 3rd year. Yes. I did see, we had an AT for Manak 1, Andile, his name was. But I didn't know what an AT was or whatever. I thought it was just some guy who just came for a guest lecture or something, and then he disappeared for the whole year.
Yeah.
And then you actually find out that there's a program called Academic Traineeship that you do instead of your audits or whatever articles. So yeah, I just had that. It wasn't it was an interest that grew over time. I didn't know about it. I learned what it was, and because I love tutoring and whatnot, so I was like, you know what, let me just do it. Because I'm just gonna add 1 year of tutoring to my CV. To my CV. I was like, let me just do it, because I genuinely love tutoring students. Yeah,
I love that. How about you, Sipho?
So like Sfundo, I enjoy tutoring. I remember, like, in first year I used to sit with my friends, and like, even though we were doing the same accounting course, I would be tutoring them. And I enjoyed just tutoring and helping people gain knowledge from the beginning. And then after that, in 2nd year, we had our FR2.
Your
FR2,
bestie.
our bestie. He was an AT, but he felt like that bridge between lecturers and students.
Yeah.
And he felt like someone we could go to when we needed help, and we didn't want that pressure of going to the lecturer, right? So he was like that friendly face we could turn to. And I don't say his name, right? But he was an AT, and he was a very nice person. We used to get along all the time. We used to look forward to going to TUTS. Our TUTS were 2 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon on like level 6 of Leslie Commerce.
No one's happy at 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
But we used to look forward to the TUTS. We would finish the TUT in an hour and spend the next hour talking. And I was like, if that's the type of person that ATs are, then when I finish GDA, I would also want to be that type of person and also be able to help students that way. And then from there, I was like, cool, I'm going to become an AT like him. And yeah.
Oh, that's so
That's so
sweet.
nice.
And how about you?
So I honestly also didn't know what an AT is. I only found out in my final year. And I was just like, I found out that, actually, the person who was like one of my, inspirations in terms of tutoring was an AT. I'm not sure if you know Gawan Rivimbo. So I feel like that's where kind of grew on me, because it's like, what she did for us in Gawan. Gawan is that course where it's like in
The
second year,
worst
just like
ever. I'm
throwing
joking.
punches. You know, sorry. But for her to take those concepts and make it so much easier for you to understand and to see, okay, what is being taught was really important for me. And I was like, okay, actually, I want to be that kind of AT whereby it's like, there's a lot of concepts that are being taught in lectures. There's a lot of different concepts that you're learning for the first time. And for somebody to take those concepts and showcase them to you in a way that you can easily understand them. So I kind of wanted to be that person, building a gap between, building a bridge between what lecturers are trying to teach you and basically applying that in any of your assessments. So I think then basically that kind of grew on me in terms of then I also was tutoring. So I tutored in different courses and I kind of enjoyed seeing students get that light bulb moment whereby they're like, oh, actually, I get this. And kind of made me say, you know what, in my first year of articles, there's this option of being an AT and I'm going to grab it with both hands because I can do what I want, what I like, while also fulfilling my article journey.
Oh, wow. You guys are my inspiration. Can I be an AT as well? So what the common theme I'm getting here is that you saw someone do it. You saw someone become the academic trainee and they inspired you to become that as well. And all of you spoke about tutoring, right? It makes me think, do you have to tutor to become an AT at the end of the day?
I'd say no, not really. But I think for me, what was important was that I first need to see whether can students relate to me? Can students understand what I'm saying? You know, do I like standing in front of students and being able to teach them? Because I feel like it's very hard it's not very hard, but like it could be a hard thing whereby you're standing in front of students and you can see that they're not always getting whatever you're saying, you know, you're not enjoying this. And with an AT, it's the whole entire year. You're going to be doing for the whole entire year. Kind of cementing yourself in that position. So it's first good to first find out whether is it a position that you can do and your students will love to have you as their academic trainee.
So you saw it as practice to getting here.
100%, yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys have any differing thoughts? You think that tutoring was beneficial for you when becoming an AT?
Do you want to go first?
Okay. So in terms of tutoring, like at the end of the day, you don't have to tutor before you become an AT, right? But we will say it is very beneficial. Like Ax said. Sorry, I nearly called you Sfundo. But it is very beneficial. You have to make sure that this is something you want to do, right? And as long as you know that it's something you want to do, because like students can see it. Right, the students will pick up if you don't want to tutor them, or if you're not in the mood to tutor them, or like
pass on knowledge.
That type of thing. Students will pick up on it, and at the end of the day, it doesn't affect you because you already have the qualification. It affects the students who are getting the qualification. So, being an AT, you have to be willing to tutor. You must want to tutor, and you must want to make that difference for the students, even if you haven't done it before. But you must be willing to start this process and do it with the best of your ability.
I love that. So it's all about the heart to do it, right? Because we have encountered, like at some point you've encountered a tutor who's doing it for the money. Like they're geniuses, but they don't know how to translate the information. And it's not necessarily in accounting. I think accounting does a good job of making sure you have the passion. But like think of your other courses, like your maths and your stats. Like it's most likely the genius who's teaching you, right? But do they actually enjoy this? We're speaking so much about the heart behind becoming academic trainees, but what's the actual process to it? Because you might find a first year knows nothing about this journey, or even someone in third year or GDA who's interested, but they're not quite sure. How do I get there? Sfundo, what would you say the process is for someone to become an academic trainee?
Well, I'm basically going to chat about what happened with us. So there was an information session, where they just explained Did we have that? Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we did,
yes.
In level 6, yes, where they explain what academic traineeship is. It's still in the same path to becoming a CASA, but just taking a slight detour. Yeah. So basically, you have an information session, and then you send in your applications. It's just your typical applications for becoming a tutor. Really, you just send your applications with your preferences, and then if you are chosen, you then get shortlisted for an interview. You do the interview, and then they tell you the T's and C's and whatnots, and then you have to pass your GDA. You just have to pass it. But in the case where you don't pass it, they still allow 2 subs, yeah? Is it 2 or 1 sub?
2 subs.
2 subs, yes, 2 subs.
Yes, you can do a sub and then become an AT. It's still possible, 100% possible. So ideally, you'd want to pass on the first try, yes. But even if you don't pass and have a sub or 2, you can still become an AT.
Okay.
So you basically send in your application, and then you wait for a response. And then you go for the interview, and then you wait for a response still. And then you pass GDA, and then I think you should be sorted after.
You should be sorted
Yes.
out. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So then once you have your academic articles, I think a lot of people then wonder, so does that mean you're going to go do articles again for another 3 years? Or is it 1 year? Is it 3 years? What does the structure overall of academic articles look like?
Yes.
Okay, so how it works is, even though you're an AT, you're still on a 3-year journey of articles. Right?
Okay.
Articles is 3 years, regardless of where you go. But we spend our first year at the university, and then we go into audits, because we're all going into audit. We're going to audit next year as second-year trainees, right? So then we spend 2 years, second year and third year, doing our articles, and then at the end of the third year, we qualify as a CA.
You become
Yeah.
So it's still, at the end of the day, the 3-year journey. It's just the first year is spent at the university. And
I
then
think that clarifies it, because a lot of people might fear that, I don't know, increase my articles journey by 1 more year. But it's good to know that it's not taking away from
Yes.
you becoming a CA. Like you said, it's just a slight
Just
detour.
Yeah.
Just more time at the
a
varsity.
trip
Yeah.
somewhere else before we get to being an auditor, and then eventually a CASA.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the structure is 1 year within the university, and then,
And then
2
2
years
years.
within audit.
Within your firm, yes.
Oh, that's guys, if you can become an academic
Just do
trainee. Just become an academic.
It's vibes.
So every day you come to school, you're our mini lecturer, you're the tutor, right? What does a day in the life of an academic trainee actually look like? Axola, let's start.
Yeah. I think it really depends on the day, right? Whether do you have tutorials, do you have classes? So just gonna highlight maybe for me on I say on a Wednesday, right? Middle of the week, I guess. So what happens that obviously get to the office, log onto my computer, just check for any emails from students, discussions tabs. So what's going on? Are there any issues, that need to be fixed right now? And then when I get those, basically then I have to send out maybe emails to the lecturers to get content for next week, any printing for next week. And then after that, basically wait for my tutorial. So going to my tutorial is usually from 1 to 3. So going to my tutorial, and basically I'm tutoring. Also, what happens in the morning is that sometimes you may have consults. So whereby you have students come ask you questions, or basically they book to ask you questions on certain stuff within the course, and then basically giving them advice, you're giving them, showing them how, okay, this is how you can attempt it, this is the way to do it, or maybe any questions that they have, with regards to the course itself. And then usually after that, I have my own class from 3 to around 6, and basically that would be the day in academic trainee. So just checking emails, fixing the tabs, making sure assignments are available for people to submit, fixing the course pages for next week, materials that need to be printed out, and then actually doing the teaching itself. So going to tutorials or teaching students on one-on-one using consults. Or sometimes you might have one whereby you have maybe, let's say, a workshop or a mini lecture or revision lecture. So it really depends on the day itself.
Okay, how about you guys? You guys have a similar structure to Axola, because I think you're in different
Department.
courses. And
So from my side, I don't have the class from 3 to 6. The class. Because he attends his classes from like.
Oh yes.
So I don't attend because we're doing different postgrad degrees.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, our days are very similar.
Yeah.
We do the same tasks. We all have to get like one of the most important things is actually getting the printing for the following week ready.
Yeah.
Like as a student, you don't realize how important it is, right? And so as an AT, you're like, students really need this because you notice in a week where like it's not there, like students are like, where is it, right? It's like those small things. But then other than that, it's just sorting out the admin tasks, making sure everything's up to date, assisting the lecturers if they ever need help with something, answering students' queries, taking the tuts. The fun part is taking the tuts. I enjoy taking the tuts. I know like on some days, there was the one day where I took 3 tuts in a day.
oh wow,
Yeah.
Right.
you must have been tired.
I was tired at the end of the last tut because the first one was like, what is it? It was from 10 to 12 and then 12 to 2 and then 2 to 4. It was like back to back. And like I was really tired at the end of it, but then I enjoyed every single hour of it. Right. And that's like one of the best things about being an AT. But then other than that, you have a very good workplace environment. There's a nice kitchen. You grab yourself a cappuccino.
Nice kitchen.
Yeah, so those are the day in the life of an AT.
You guys are speaking about your own classes, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing, well, I already know. One of the T's and C's of becoming an academic trainee is to study further, right? Are they prescribed courses that you should do, or is there an opportunity to do whatever you want to do? And if you'd like to share, what are you studying towards currently? Let's start with you, Sfundo. Is studying compulsory?
I'm gonna say yes. You have to do research. That is one of the main requirements as an AT. For example, if you did GDA with honors, then ideally you'd want to do masters or something. Yeah, but I didn't do honors in GDA, so now I'm currently doing honors.
You currently
Yeah.
doing, so which is the research aspect.
Yes, which is
Okay.
the research aspect. But you have to do research. It is a requirement. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if there's any prescribed courses, but
I think there are
Within the College of Accounting, yes?
due to sometimes some courses may interfere with your work, so sometimes they prescribe certain courses saying that these are more aligned with allowing you not to burn out, basically.
yeah. Ideally, because your job comes first and then your research. So
Okay.
ideally, you wanna focus more
Focus.
on your work and then the research comes after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What are you studying now?
So I love my degree, by the way. I'm doing the Masters in Financial Reporting, Analysis and Governance.
Oh,
they
what
call
a
it
long name.
Yeah, it is kind of like
just
Shorten
MCOM
it.
frag.
Yes.
Cool.
I really enjoy it. We've met some wonderful people in this degree. How it works, for those interested, it works in block weeks. So like you have 4 block weeks throughout the year, and during that block you work from like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday
Wow.
for the whole week.
Could never.
And
that's
then,
commitment.
and then after that you have like 5 assignments, one every single week. And then after the 5 assignments, you have another block week.
Wow.
And it's like, it sounds like a lot of work, but you will enjoy it. There's the one block which is a lot of work, but then the rest of them you really enjoy it. You meet wonderful people, and like most of our classmates are already qualified chartered accountants. So like you have like insights from within people who've already
Industry.
qualified within the industry. You build good networks. So yeah, that's what I'm studying. I really enjoy it, and I would highly recommend. So yeah.
MCOM Frag is very popular.
Yeah.
And
It
it's,
is.
it's a really good course. Yeah. How about you?
I am currently doing a professional master's in South African tax law.
Tax law.
Yeah, I
okay.
decided to leave the commerce faculty for law faculty. So that one's actually a very nice course. I think you get exposed to it in second year. So your tax one, so get exposed to a little bit of taxation law. So I think for me it was quite eye-opening to just see so much goes into taxation, like the law behind taxation, the different cases around taxation. I do have to say that you do read quite a lot of cases. It is law. So what happens in that course is that you have I think you have 4 courses, main courses, and you have 4 research task courses. So the 4 main courses is basically you're going to have to attend classes. Usually you also have like a block week for one of the course at the start of the year. Also, I think from 9 to around 5 though, not 9 to 9. So 9 to around 5. And basically you're just learning, and there's different people from different countries as well coming to talk to you in terms of, okay, this is what international tax law is about, this is what happens within international tax. And then same thing for other courses, you might have to attend weekly classes, and then you have to write a research, or they give you a scenario or fact, and you have to argue using what you have learned and the research that you have to try come up with a certain conclusion. It's quite an interesting course.
So
quite a nice
you
course.
have a lawyer and a chartered accounting in the makings, clearly.
No.
I feel like I could also add, I didn't explain the structure of honors. Yeah. So basically you have classes every Wednesday. For the first half of the year, for first semester, you basically only have one class on Wednesdays from 9 to 12. They're basically telling you what is research and how do you go about researching and whatever. And then from then until September, you then write your own
Paper.
you research, and then you produce whatever output you produce. Yeah, but basically it's just classes every Wednesday, 9 to 12. But it also aligns with the GDA schedule. So if they have assessments, honors pauses, because you wouldn't want to,
Affect.
exactly.
Mm.
So if GDA has any tests coming up or whatever, the honors classes just take a break briefly until they come back, and then you can continue.
I'm
with
sure
the
you
classes.
enjoy that.
Oh yes, it is incredibly chilled, and there's less work to do than frag. And yes.
So why decide to choose honors? Because you do have the opportunity to straight out of GDA go into a master's. What compelled you to say, you know what, I know I want to do a master's at some point, but let me rather start with an honors?
It was by choice, and somehow it also wasn't, because I did apply for both honors and frag, but unfortunately I didn't get frag. They said something about space and whatnot. I think they had already had the maximum number of applicants that they needed. So yeah, I didn't get into frag. I didn't apply for tax. I have a very specific reason that I didn't know why.
Tax is traumatic.
Yeah, so I was like, if it's not frag, then I'm just gonna take honors, because I can come back
True.
at any point in the future and just do a master's degree.
And do your master's. And I think the beauty about doing an honors degree is that you don't have the intensity of masters.
Exactly, yes.
But you also have the skill of doing research.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is something people should not underestimate, because throughout accounting, if you didn't do honors within GDA, we don't have that research skill.
Exactly.
We
Yes.
don't know what writing your own paper looks like. And it could, not to say you're doing a master's, meaning you're still being taught how to do it. But the beauty is that now you know at a less
Say beginner's
intense,
level.
yes, at less intense
Yes.
level, that okay, I want to do research, I'm exploring. It gives you time to explore your interests, because I think if you go into masters not knowing what you want to do, it can also become like, oh my word, I got myself into this
Yes.
big thing and I don't actually like it. But then with honors, it's the beauty of it is that it's, you're not specific. You don't have to research a particular thing.
Yes.
You can do research on anything.
Yes.
And they also provide more, not to say you don't get support, Sipho, but you get
There's more support and more
your
guidance.
support, because
Yes,
it's
yes.
at an honors level.
Yes.
So yeah, there's beauty in doing it, and I think any postgraduate that you'll do, because you're gonna have
You're
two
gonna have to
posts.
do something.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something on
Yes.
research related. And if you don't know, or you don't have a specific journey you want to go on, the honors is very important. It's a good choice to
It
have.
just gives you the basics of what research is and how you can do research. And then you can jump into masters then, because you have a proper background of what it is, and then you can just
Then you can
do the
jump
more
into the
intense
deep end.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like with Frag, one of the first things they asked us to do was tell them what we want to study. Well, not study, research. And we're like, we've never done research before, right? And then on top of that, you go from zero research to a 25,000 word dissertation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost 10,000.
Yeah.
So we went from literally 0 to 25,000.
Ooh.
And we were like, this is a lot. This is a lot. The whole class is like, this is a lot. So it is very good to have that honors and that research experience before
100%.
diving straight into the deep end.
So whatever path you choose, just no research is there.
Yeah, I just have to do it.
So now that you're 6 months into being an AT, you're in the second half of the year. What's on the other side that you didn't know? Or what's on the side that you didn't know when you were a student?
I don't want to take that question first.
I think for me, it's the amount of work that is put in by the academics, the college itself. I think as students, you kind of take it for granted. You always like, no, why are they not releasing marks so soon? Like, why did they take 5 years to actually mark and give me my mark back?
True.
Oh, why did they do this? But then when you are basically on the other side, now you actually see, okay, it is all for the improvement, and it is all for building a character and basically a career for the students, building that relationship, between the degree itself and the student's mindset. So I think that's what I've seen from the other side, that not everything, marks taking long to get released is a bad thing, guys. It's just, we're trying to make sure that whatever we give to you is actually the proper stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's quality behind it.
Basically, yeah.
Quality management, as the auditors would say.
And also, I'd just add the standard of assessments. I feel like, well, it's even with us, you feel like a test is too hard or whatever, but everything is assessed before it comes to the student. You, as academic trainees, we also assess assessments. You do the assessment before, and then you check any errors or whatnot. If it's too difficult, and then there's some adjustments that are going to be made before it comes to the student. So there's proper due diligence. And the reason the assessments are hard is not necessarily because they are hard. It's because they know that they've taught you X, Y, and Z, and they expect you to do X, Y, and Z in a formal test or whatever. It is not because the assessment is too hard. We teach you the content. We want you to understand the content and be able to answer any questions that we have in an exam. And we also have to have standards. Yeah. The test that you write in accounts 1 should not be the same level of difficulty as in accounts 2 and whatever. Yeah. So there's level of expectations that we have as the college from the students,
that
because
as the college, I love that.
Yeah. So we do this with the expectations that the students are going to be able to perform, given these assessments. Yeah.
I love that. You said we as
And
well.
we
as a college, like,
I identify
You're part of it now.
as an employee. Yes.
I will say the one thing is, everyone on the other side loves the students.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, we all share that same feeling that we want to see the students succeed. And like Sfundo spoke about the assessments are not there for you to fail. Like, I realized, I used to think like, oh no, Manac, they're just trying to catch me out.
Yeah.
Until like I look at the Manac team working, and I realized they just want to see me doing my best. Right. So that is the one thing that like I have learned being on this side, is the fact that we really do care about the students, and we want to do everything in our powers. I remember sitting down with our course convener, and we're working on additional resources. Students didn't ask for them, right? But then we sat down, like, we think students would benefit more from having additional practice questions, additional scenarios to work with. These are not like copy paste from last year. These were literally, we sat down and worked it from scratch, from a blank page, right? And when it came through, the students, they understood it. And as we're marking the test, we could see that the students were able to understand the work that we provided to them. They did the practice questions, and it showed in their tests. And that was, like, for me, I really love to see that. It's the fact that the work that we are putting in, the students are receiving it, and it is showing in their work.
Oh, you guys are so passionate about it. It's so beautiful to see. Just last year we were in GDA, as you can see, with our beautiful hoodies, you know. And now you're on the other side in your first 6 months of articles as academic trainees. I just want to say thank you for as on behalf of the students, thank you for like raising your hand and choosing to become academic trainees. You guys do impact people's lives. I will always say an AT changed like my academic life, and you guys are doing that for them right now. So as my final question, but also your final piece of advice, what would you say to someone who would like to become an academic trainee? You can also look into a camera and say, hey, if you want to become an academic trainee, this is what you should do. But yeah, let's start with Sipho. You're in the middle. You can look in the middle right there and say, if you want to become an academic trainee, this is my advice.
The first thing I will say, if you want to become an academic trainee, you can study whatever you want. Right? Literally, when you apply to become an academic trainee, they ask you, what do you want to study? Right? Obviously, like there are certain scenarios where you might end up doing something you might not want to fit into the schedule, but you do get to study whatever you want, and you do get to, even though you're working in an academic environment, you can still follow your passion. Like if you love cars, you can go research about cars, type of thing, right? And on top of that, if you want to become an academic trainee, make sure you love teaching and make sure you love the students.
Sfundo, what would you say? You can also look in the middle.
I would just say, if you want to be an academic trainee, just go for it. Yeah. Just send in that application. If you have passion for explaining something to someone and making sure that they understand it, if you love having an audience and explaining things to your students and whatever, if you just love helping students, I would just say, just send in that application and then just hope for the best. Yeah. And you also have freedom to do whatever you want. There's a lot of free time. Just send in that application and just hope for the best. Yeah.
I love
and
that.
anyone can apply. Anyone.
Yes.
Yes, anyone.
Anyone.
I 100% agree with the same, what has been said, that basically if you have that passion for students, you know, you love teaching, you love seeing those light bulb moments, you know, send in that application, you know, you could be the one that gets into that point and shows the students, okay, this is what Manak is about, this is what God is about, you know. So, and the nice thing is that basically you are building a community, you know, there's such a nice vibe, such a nice place within the college, you know. You might not see it, but when you're in, you're like, okay, you know what, this is proper, this is you know, like the lecturers, you know, the other academic trainees, like that relationship that you build with them, you know, talk with them, you know. Sometimes you like, I'm talking with Gulam, like, you know, the head of the college is like this. So I think it's a very nice year to really also figure yourself out, you know, because you have that time to figure yourself out and also have the time to actually do some research, to maybe see whether research is for you, because some people do have that passion of saying that maybe in the future I want to become a lecturer, and therefore that academic journey allows you to see whether is it something that would be good for you, you know. I mean, you can still become a lecturer even if you haven't become an academic trainee, but it helps seeing that actually, like, can I get this, do I like this, do I want to do this? Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, guys.
Just do it. Yeah.
Just send in that application.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming onto my podcast. Thank you for sharing your gems. Thank you for your passion. And to you guys at home, if you've ever wanted to know what being an academic trainee is all about, please share this to every accounting student you know. Maybe they are the next best academic trainee, and they wouldn't know it if you did not share it with them. But from me, Kamakhala Maponya, and my lovely friends, it is love and light. Bye.
Bye.